Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hardy's Travel Agency. Before we get started, here's a couple of things you should know. Firstly, we're not playing Dungeons & Dragons anymore. The system that you're about to see played out in these episodes is currently called Project Campfire. Project Campfire is a gaming system developed by us here at Prototopics. Moving forward, the games we play here will most likely be a variation or a version of Project Campfire. Our goal is to create a new game system that is best for people like you. You don't have to know the gritty rules. You don't have to know gritty mechanics. You don't have to have textbooks memorized. You can pick this up in 30 minutes and start playing with your friends and family. And so that's our dream, is to be able to create a game just like that. And while we continue developing Project Campfire, every episode is going to have different things in it as we are playtesting our own game system. So if you hear things that you're like, well, that makes no sense, that sounds kind of new, that's okay. Well, that's because we're playtesting a new game system, and we're planning on releasing this publicly this year. It's actually going to be done very soon this year. To stay up to date with us and Project Campfire, be sure to join our Discord over at prototopicsparty.com. Make sure you join after the show. The second and more important thing today is that our friend Rick Hogue has suffered a stroke back in December of 2022. His family has set up a GoFundMe page, and while the community has very much come out and supported it, we want to keep that going. We don't want to slow down. We want to keep supporting the family as much and as often as we can. So in the description below, you'll find the link to the GoFundMe page and an additional funding page called Give, Send, Go if you feel more comfortable donating there. That would be greatly appreciated. If you cannot donate, that is okay. Please keep spreading the word about this and make sure you're using the hashtag shrimp fried rice in honor of our friend Rick. We actually literally couldn't do this show without Rick and without Rick's support and letting this all happen. Like, this is all because of Rick. So it's very important to me personally that we're there, and we have been, and that's a beautiful thing. So keep that in mind as we watch this. Keep Rick in your thoughts as we watch this, and we anticipate his speedy recovery so that we could talk about Rings of Power Season 2. All right, now run the show. Everybody to Hardy's Travel Agency. This is a very experimental, very exciting game here on Prototopics, or wherever we're airing this in the future. I am joined today by a very lovely cast of players who I believe only one of them has never played D&D before, so that's kind of fun. So we're getting new players on here who've never done D&D, and the rest of you have, so y'all aren't that much special. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves and introduce your characters? I think we could start with Ray. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hi. If y'all are we're doing this on YouTube or anything like that, I'm listed as Lady Magdala. I am playing Ray, and she's got a bit of a sticky finger going on.
I think you might want to see a doctor for that.
I think there's a cream or a medication somewhere.
Amica? Yeah,
Amica
Amica cream does everything.
No.
Yeah.
I hear ice reduces swelling.
Oh.
Cyan, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character for us.
Hi, my name's Michael. I'm playing a halfling mage named Cyan, who is very interested in figuring out how things work and the different properties thereof. and he recently took up some magic in order to figure out a little bit more in terms of experimenting with different materials and seeing how they react. And so, in order to basically protect himself while he's transfixed on his work, he thought he might join up with some adventurers to kind of watch his back.
Okay. Call to adventure. Eve, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Erica. My character is an elf healer named Eve, and I've played Dungeons and Dragons before, but it's been some years, so we'll see how I pick it up.
Technically, it's been at least a year for me. I haven't played yet in 2023, so this is my first time this year. Although this isn't Dungeons and Dragons for copyright reasons.
Right. Sorry. I haven't played Hardy's games in years.
I haven't played Party's games ever. So, yikes. Laura, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
So I am Lori, but my character's name is Alora, and I'm an elven mage. I've been kind of cast out of my home village, and so I'm forced to travel to find a place to fit in.
Okay. So you're looking that's, you know what? We have a very unique group here. I'm very excited. Let's get this thing started. So, Hardy is looking for adventurers, and you may have found a letter in your mailbox. You may have seen a posting on a quest board somewhere. You may even have bumped into this little cat himself. Why is he looking for people? Well, apparently he's looking for adventurers to go on very specific quests to uncover very specific items. And so you're going to find yourself here on standing on the doorstep of a tavern called Lightheart, right outside of Topaz Bay. I'm going to assume that all of you arrived somewhat at the same time. It is about midday right now, and you guys are all meeting each other for the first time, standing outside this tavern. What do you do?
Ray's going to introduce herself and give everybody a hug with a slight pat down.
I think Eve will return the hug and kind of look around and see if everybody looks friendly. She'll just kind of smile at everybody a little shyly.
I'm going to be giving everybody side eye to make sure that nobody's got any weapon stash anywhere that I'm not aware of, and then fully go in for a hug because there again, pat down and make sure that I'm safe.
Okay.
Cyan will probably be staring around at the bushes, trying to figure out what kind of foliage there is.
Yeah, Cyan, give me a nature check.
Is 10 total.
Yeah, you're going to see that there's a bunch of just really finely shaped bushes along the pathway here. The actual road itself looks very nice. It's a very well kept little town here. It's a little village. And so are all of you going inside? Yes.
Did I find anything in anyone's pockets?
Give me a security check. And I need to know specifically who you're rolling against first.
I probably started with Eve. Four.
On a 4. Eve, you kind of get the feeling like Ray is looking for something.
Okay. I don't do anything about it. I let her look. She's like,
But she doesn't find anything in particular.
And
Okay.
then Elora would be the next one. Since she does the pat down too anyway. What is it? Ooh, 12.
Yeah, even with a 12, Alora, both of you, as you guys are kind of patting each other down and checking for items or traps or whatnot, you're both kind of going to get the same idea that you're both looking. Are you going to continue searching your party?
I probably would have hugged Cyan too.
Oh my, your body temperature seems a bit low. Might need to get that checked.
Isa one.
Yeah, Cyan, you know immediately that she's checking your pockets.
Hey, I'm still learning. I never said I was very good at it.
Also, do some experimentation as to the methodology that you utilize in order to search people's pockets.
How deep do your pockets go?
Well, that depends if they're still magical. I'm not sure. It's been a while.
And as you guys step inside of this tavern called Lightheart, you're going to see that it is actually completely empty, but it is well lit. It is midday. There's no one inside except for the bartender and a little black cat that is sitting up on top of the bar. And you're going to hear that this little black cat is having this conversation. Oh my gosh, we got an actual just in time, perfect timing. And as you guys walk in and you hear, listen, I told you, you have a very specific job to do. Okay, there's going to be people coming in. We're going to say that we're friends, but I don't actually know who they is yet. Okay, oh gosh, they're here. And he's going to turn around and kind of get startled seeing you guys walk in. Oh, hello, my friends. It is good to see you, right? Get them drinks, please. Oh, hello.
Can I do a history check to see if Cyan recalls ever seeing a talking cat before?
Yeah, go ahead, give me a history check.
That is an 8.
You've never seen a talking cat before, though you may have heard stories of a talking cat that causes trouble and has been seen to be traveling with a group of adventurers that also cause tons of trouble.
Tons of trouble. Very interesting. I wonder if that's the same cat. I'm not sure.
I see you guys have answered my ad, yes?
Well,
there's an ad. Oh, I just thought I'd come around and see what's going on.
It's intriguing. It's definitely intriguing.
We're intrigued by the paw print on the letter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is definitely my paw print, 100% authentic.
Good. So I think she'll probably look around the tavern just to see if anybody else is in there watching this conversation or listening to this conversation.
Okay, so give me a vigilance check.
Is that just a D20?
D20, and then on your sheet it should say vigilance, and then whatever that number is, either add it or minus it.
So 3.
On a 3, the only people that you see are this cat and then the bartender who's standing there, an orc bartender who's very quickly rushing to try and gather some drinks for you.
Okay.
There's no one, otherwise there's no one else there that you see in the place.
Okay.
So you got the letter, or you found the ad, and that is why you're here, yes?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I could have sworn there was going to be more of you. Okay, next time, bigger reward. Definitely not good enough reward this time. Okay, thank you. Duly noted. Anyway, would you guys like to take a seat, perhaps have lunch? It will only come out of your reward. It's not that much. It's only a couple of gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll take something to drink.
Oh, very good, very good. Hey, hurry up with the drinks, please. They're thirsty here. We were just talking about this.
I don't trust anything being served by an orc bartender.
Yeah, and if it's
why?
There's nobody else in this bar. That's a bad sign.
Oh my dear, it's probably just going to be a bit raw. You'll be fine.
yeah,
I'll smell
if
it
it's
before
coming
I
out of my
drink. I'll like look
pay.
at it and I'll smell it and see if it looks or smells weird.
Oh, this took a
Ray's
radical
gonna be watching
turn.
Eve like.
If you have any issue, I can surely conjure up a little bit of fire to better cook your meal.
Cook some Windex cheese.
What are you talking?
I mean, blue
Windex
cheese.
What is this Windex cheese? Is there somebody selling blue cheese here that I don't know about?
Counterfeit blue cheese.
Did you say you want to order blue cheese?
I just want to know what it smells like.
Oh gosh.
That'll be very interesting. I'd like to study this blue cheese.
You know,
Yeah.
the last person who said they want to smell it immediately passed out, okay? And I have to say, adventurers under Hardy's travel agency don't exactly get health insurance, so this bad idea.
It's like I'm a healer.
But you
But
can't.
what happens when the healer gets knocked out?
But you have to protect the healer. That is why there's healer. Oh, we're off to a really bad start here. All right,
Just
and
we just
orc-
need some salt, and then you can have her smell it, and she'll wake up.
you put out an ad on Craigslist, and this is what you get, folks. And Hardy is going to just like kind of snoop down a little bit, jump down onto one of the stools there. There is a table there that's like clearly there, set out kind of for you guys. And the orc bartender is going to come around and place down these just cups, these glasses, these clean glasses, and a pitcher of water there. And he's going to go, good, all good. What do you mean all good? You brought them just water? I asked you for like, prune juice or something. What is this?
I'm good with the water. We'll just go with the water.
I'll see what else you have. You have something else?
I will have just give me a second. I'll go check in the back. And he's going to walk away for a few minutes, at which point Hardy's going to say, would you like to take a seat perhaps, and we can get started over what the quest is? And then which of you is...
Reasonable.
Will you guys take a seat, or is there something else you guys are going to do?
I think Cyan will get some water for the cup, sit down, and kind of touch at it, put a little ice power in it, and see if it gets cold.
It gets cold.
So can I use my fireball to sterilize the water in the cup?
You technically, that's yes. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Ray's
so,
gonna lean over. It's like, could you do it to the whole jug, just in case, please?
Absolutely.
So
We don't need anybody getting sick.
Go ahead and roll that damage roll, which I think is a D4.
Fireball says
Or it's a
D8.
D8. Yeah, that's a D8.
It is a 6
Okay. Are you casting it on the pitcher or just one cup?
on the pitcher.
Okay, yeah, it is going to immediately start boiling and Hardy to go to, oh no, not again. I don't like going into hot baths.
No.
I don't do this. And he's gonna like shiver back. Please just take a seat. It is okay. It is just water. Look, there might be particles floating in it, but we can't judge, okay?
I'll take a little drink just to make him feel better.
All right, yeah, it tastes like water. It's not that bad, but it's like
It's okay.
tap
I'll tell
water.
everybody else that it tastes like regular water.
Yeah, it tastes like just tap water. It's like there's really nothing special. You're not getting like Evian here. It's not that great.
All right. I think it's safe, guys.
Now Cyan is intrigued, so he's going to start fishing out little bits from his cup that he poured before it boiled. See if he can analyze it.
His Cyan pulls out the inspector magnifying glass like Sherlock Holmes. As you guys all take your glasses, Hardy is going to finally relax and say, okay, here's the deal. I have a new place over in, well, what I'm calling Eternity. You guys may have heard of it, yes? Or probably not. The last time I interacted with people from this world, they had no idea what Eternity was. So I just assume all of you don't know what Eternity is.
There's rumors, and I've heard stories through the family.
Yeah, well, so it's another place where there's like tons of magic and stuff. It's really fun. You could do like really fun things and get away with it because like there's not a big government. So very fun stuff. Unless the dragon finds out, in which case You're going to want to run because they will burn your behind.
Dragon. I would love to study that.
Oh. Yeah, last time we was over there, big fight with dragon, did not go well. And then this guy who keeps getting covered in glitter stabbed it and it went disappeared. You wanted to play hide and seek, and I swear one day I think it's just going to pop back up and scare me.
Hardy, I think we're going to need to, you and I are going to have to sit down and have a little talk on your stories. Because I'm intrigued.
I have many stories, but perhaps we have long discussions of stories when we get to eternity, okay? Because that is your quest. We are going to take things from here and start bringing them over there to help establish special Hardy outpost. It's just called Hardy's.
Sounds delicious.
Well, hopefully they serve better food than they do here.
Well, of course they do. It's called Hardee's. It's going to be the best, fried chicken you can imagine, except it's not chicken, but we won't tell anybody.
Oh, it's not cat.
I'll do that too, then.
Well, they say dragon tastes just like chicken anyway.
Oh, you'll eat dragon, but not orc food.
Wait a second. You have eaten dragon before?
I said they say it does. I didn't say I knew.
Oh, gosh, that sounds amazing. I need to try. Yeah, I got to go talk to that glitter guy again. See if he can get the ghost dragon to come out. We have it for dinner. And then he's going to unravel a map in front of you, which just kind of just poofs in the air and unravels. And it is the same map of Kildoris that you guys would have seen before. And so you guys know that you are located right now in Topaz Bay. He's going to say, see, we are right here. And he's going to land a little paw on the map, pointing right at Topaz Bay. I need you guys to go over to here. And he's going to point to this volcanic area just labeled as Mordford. You see, there is very special coal in Mordford. And if you get it, bring it over into eternity, then we could start the forges again, okay? But I mean, forges for the first time, not again, definitely not again. They definitely weren't active before I accidentally snuffed them out, okay? There is most definitely, this is brand new establishment that I've never been to before. Definitely didn't acquire the real estate permits illegally. So what we need, though, is we need to go get the coal. Then you bring it over into eternity, and we can start the forge, and then you get compensated.
Seems easy enough to get to Mordfold, but how does one get to eternity afterward?
Oh, I will bring you to eternity, yeah. That's part of the deal.
So do we get compensation half now, half later?
Oh, definitely not. No, it is only at job completion. You are paid in full. Have you heard of Hardy credits?
Heard Hardy has no credit.
You heard wrong, my friend. Okay, Hardy has the greatest credit score. Hardy credits is a new currency that I am starting up. You see, I met a guy who knows a guy who says that we could start like this whole currency thing, and it is very easy to use the currency to purchase things inside of eternity, okay?
I want to know what's so special about the coal.
Oh, you see, once you pick it up, it doesn't burn your hands. So you can carry it back here, and it is kind of like, I don't know, some kind of eternal fired type of coal.
So the coal is lit.
Right.
I see.
Yeah, it is a type of coal. You'll go have to mine it. It's already on fire, but when you mine it, you pick it up and you can just carry it back and it doesn't burn your hands.
Do you think it might have any healing properties or anything else that's special about it?
Well, I know it could get our forges hot enough to burn down, not forests, of course.
What is this usually worth?
This fiery coal?
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not a what do you say, a tax accountant? I don't do accounting very well like that.
Just evasion.
You know, people keep telling me I do this. I don't know what it is. They say I have to report my income to something called the RIS. I don't want to do that, okay? Because I don't know how much it is anymore.
I'm certainly intrigued by this coal. I'd be very excited to get some for my own studies and understand why it's burning eternally.
See, we have over here, the Mr. Smarty Pants has very good ideas.
Well, I've got nothing better going on, so I'm down to go.
I'm all for a trip.
Excellent. So here's how it's going to work. Okay, there is a guy outside, young fella. His name is Agaron. And I need you to go talk to Agaron and tell him Harthy is collecting on his debts, and then just take his horses. Okay, you take his horses. That'll get you into Mordford. In which case, then find your way to the volcano, and then find the coal that I talked about a minute ago.
So just don't ask, just take them. Just tell them that and then just take the horse.
Or just take them, and if you run into Agaron, you could just say, Harthy sends his regards, okay?
And how many
Oh.
people is he going to have to back him up as we're running off with his horses?
I really don't think he's got anybody. He's kind of got this like limp, so he moves a little slow now, so you don't have anything to worry about.
Are they stabled? Are they tied up?
Those are questions you can ask Agaron if you've run into him. What do you think? Is this a good idea?
I'm certainly not one to do such
Great
things
idea.
normally, but
I mean,
Do we have any other
intrigued to see
options?
what they look like. The horses, maybe there's.
Well, it would take you a number of days to walk to Mordford, and then you would might get stuck in the ash rainstorm, because I hear sometimes it just rains from volcanic ash, which is not good for skin, although it might be good for exfoliating, but then it burns really bad.
All right, well, let's go relieve a man of some horses.
I think that is a good idea, yes.
what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I suppose.
I'll go with her.
I'm willing to try my skills. Get my hands on some horses, like some free stuff.
Oh yes, we can attempt to improve your skills like we had discussed earlier.
Okay,
So
so
downtrodden. It's like, oh,
so he's going to point to a place on the map and indicate that this, towards the edge of town, is where you're going to find this Agaron, and be able to get those horses. So really, the question now stands to you guys is, what do you want to do? You've kind of been given your quest. You know what your mission is, but you guys can find any way to get there, whatever you guys would like to do. You know that you have to find this coal that continues to burn, and it is somewhere near the volcano in Mordford. What would you guys like to do?
I think one thing that's not on our sheets is if we have any money.
Oh yeah, you guys probably wouldn't at this point.
because Hardy's cheap.
He's
Even
not cheap.
even from the past of getting to this point.
Actually, you would, and it was based on. I think I don't have your gold on there.
Mm-mm.
Let's say arbitrarily you guys all have 50 gold each, because I think that's what would be fair.
Okay.
This is a gold only thing, right?
Yeah. Simple. Keep it as simple as possible. So yeah, 50 gold. Or in this case, we'll just call them Hardy credits to give us one deviation away from that which must not be named. Yes.
All right. So I'm thinking if we're going to go and get these horses, but then he just said that it could be raining ashes. Does anyone happen to have protection against something like that? Any like fireproof tarps? Or should we go shopping first?
I think we should go look, and I would like to also look for some, like if they have like an apothecary or somewhere where I can get some healing supplies, especially that to treat burns in case that some kind of accident happens.
Okay.
I suppose as a last ditch effort, I could always try to fire ice shards at all of the ashes as they fall down.
Well, you said the coal doesn't burn you, so do the ashes burn you if they touch you?
He definitely did not say.
Sure.
And are you guys still? You guys have left the tavern, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I recall, when he was describing our little trip, he said that the ashes, if they fall, good for exfoliating,
Oh,
not so
right,
good for
right,
the.
right.
So I wonder if. So where would be? Let's find a store. Let's find a store. And you said you wanted an apothecary, so let's try to find that. Anything else?
I would think we need something to deal with those ashes, horses or not. They're still falling on us, are they not?
Mm-hmm. So I wonder if there is a place that might have some form of fireproof or ashproof or burning proof or something like that.
And
I want a store.
Laura, what are you doing at this point?
I am trying to look for a store to find an umbrella, so that when we're there, it just covers over the person and the horse, and then because everybody else is looking for things to fireproof those, so if we have umbrellas to fireproof, we would be covered, so to speak.
I like it. All right, so apothecary and I'll say general store are going to be the first things that you guys come across. As you move through town, town is very much bustling with a lot of different people of a lot of different walks of life. This has been a very active town. And you do know that there is the docks nearby. So you see your average sailor also passes by every fourth or fifth person. And as you move through town, there's just, very active little city, and you'll come across the general store on one side of the street, and then you'll see an apothecary on the other side.
Well, I am going to the store.
And I'll go to the apothecary while she's in there.
Okay.
All right, and I'll jump in the store.
We'll also go to the general store.
All right, so let's start off with the apothecary first, because then there's three of you over at the general store. So, Eve, you're going to enter into what is called Sylvana's Apothecary above on the sign. And as you step inside, you see a gnome kind of sitting up on top of the counter in a very small rocking chair, rocking back and forth while reading a book. Doesn't really take notice of you, but what you see around you is a very and smell is a very fragrant apothecary with tons of different reagents available. Most common stuff, though. Nothing really out of the ordinary.
Okay, so I'll look around at the labels and see if I can find anything specifically to treat burns.
Okay, just give me an investigation.
Sorry, is that a D22?
Yeah.
And then okay, sorry.
D20 and then add whatever that number is.
Sorry, you said dexterity, right?
No, investigation.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So 4.
4. On a 4, you don't see any ingredients that have to do anything with burns. But you do notice that there are a bunch of vials back behind the counter. So actually, completely pre-made potions are sitting there ready.
Okay, so I'll go up to the gnome that's reading and I'll say, "Excuse me, do you have anything that would be good for the treatment or even prevention of burns if applied to the skin?"
Burns? What are you doing that you need burn protection?
Well, I nothing illegal. I just, do some chimney sweeping in my spare time for.
Actually, it's none of my business. Here, let me just get that for you right now.
And he's gonna stand up and be 2 feet tall, walking across his own counter before he just walks down a very small set of stairs that brings it back down to the bottom floor. Within a minute, he's up on a ladder sliding across to go and grab a couple of these small vials, and he'll pick out 3 vials, and they're just some kind of red liquid, and he's going to put them down on the counter and say,
It's the best I got for burns.
Okay, so you put these on after somebody gets burned to treat it? Is that, or is it prevention?
Yeah,
Okay.
you just pour it on top of the wound.
Okay.
It'll stop the burn. There is an itchy side effect, but that's not a really big deal.
Better than the burn.
Better than the burn.
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll buy those if I have the money or the Hardy credits for that.
We just take gold here. I don't know what Hardy credits is. Is that
Yeah.
is that a coin thing I should be aware of?
Yeah, it's kind of up and coming.
Oh, okay.
So you'll see that it says 10 gold per vial on each one. So
Okay, so 30 and I'll
30
buy them.
gold.
I will buy them.
Well, thank you for your patronage. This means a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back out and see if the others are still in the general store. I'll go in there and see what
As you're leaving, you'll hear him you'll hear and just kind of see peripheral as he picks up a notepad and writes down
Hardy credits.
Jumping over to the general store, you guys have all walked inside. It is kind of full of these strange knickknacks. Lots of things, but things like cleaning supplies or traveler's supplies, adventuring gear, mining equipment, all kinds of things, just knickknacks, but all kind of laying around, not really organized, just kind of misplaced. And you'll see that there's a young human male standing behind the register. Hi, how can I help you today?
We are looking for some traveling gear.
Traveling gear. Okay. And he's gonna look around kind of frantically, not really knowing where that is. And then he's gonna be like, it's in those 2 aisles there. 2 and 3.
Alrighty. Would you happen to know if you have anything to kind of protect from being burned? Like, umbrellas, blankets,
And
something like that.
so he's gonna be like, let me just check real quick. And he's gonna pick up an encyclopedia that's about this big and put it on the table and then start flipping through it, looking for that item you requested. What is Alora doing at this point?
I'm gonna go over and grab a couple of bags of mining gear too, because we're gonna need that.
Yeah. So you're gonna look down. And you'll see that there's a pretty nice pickaxe sitting there, and there's also a couple of just like hammers and chisels and pieces like that come in a little pouch, and so that runs for 25 gold. The pickaxe itself is another 15.
Okay.
And
So I'm gonna take it up to the guy and I'm gonna be like, I would like to buy this, but I have Hardy credits. The exchange rate is so much better. Like Hardy credits, this says, what was it, 15 gold? It would be like 10 Hardy credits.
I've never heard of Hardy credits before. That seems kind of new to me. Give me a deceive check.
Okay.
Or let me ask you this. Do you believe what you're saying, or are you lying about
Absolutely not. I am totally lying.
Give me a deceive check.
While she's doing that, since he's distracted, Ray's going to be wandering around, kind of paying attention to make sure he's still distracted, but trying to
It's an 8.
pocket.
On an 8, he's going to be like, oh, Hardy credits. That sounds kind of cool, but I've never heard of that before. I don't think I can take them yet. My dad would be really mad at me if I took credits that we can't accept yet. So I think I can only accept gold right now. I'm sorry. And then Ray, I know you're doing some looting. Cyan, what is Cyan doing?
He would look around the store real quick to see if anything caught his eye, regardless of whether it pertains to the actual quest.
Give me a vigilance check. 10. On a 10. As you look around, you don't really see anything super special at first. But you walk up and down a couple of aisles, and then eventually you'll see something hanging from the ceiling that looks kind of interesting. It's shiny, but it seems to be this kind of a box that's attached to the ceiling and tied up, but there is some kind of shine coming off of it.
And upon inspecting it, is there anything I can tell further?
You're gonna look directly at it. Give me an investigation.
Of course. There's another 10.
Yeah. As you're standing under this thing, looking up, trying to figure out what it is, you get the idea that this is some kind of a makeshift safe that they have hanging from the ceiling. Not a steel safe. It seems like some kind of small box, but it's definitely to hold something valuable.
Is there any kind of obvious locking mechanism on it?
It's covered up and then tied up to the ceiling with like a net over it. So there's no real identifier of what the lock might look like or if there even is one.
And it would probably be too high for a little halfling to do anything with.
It would be hard for you to just jump up there. Yeah.
Yes. And how close are my companions at this time?
So your companions would be about 2 squares away at this point, towards the front of the store, I believe, because Ray is at the front, right?
Ray's wandering around trying to
Find some
pocket
stuff.
Mm,
All right. So give me
Fine.
give me 2 checks here. Give me a vigilance check and then give me a security check.
Which one of us?
You, Ray.
All right. So you said vigilance and the other one?
Yes, vigilance and security.
Okay. First one, 18.
Which one? What was the first?
That was-
Vigilance?
Vigilance
Right.
was 18.
Okay, cool.
Security, ooh, 2.
So as you're pacing around, Ray, you're going to see a tarp just kind of stuffed in someplace in between corners and toppled under things. And as you go to pick it up, it just starts crinkling, making a lot of noise. So you're not really able to just stuff it into a pocket. It was kind of rolled up and then stuffed in there. And so you pulling it out, it's just kind of pulling it out in pieces. But you did
course.
find a tarp. You found the tarp.
Yay, the mission's complete.
So, hey, guy, this tarp thing. Anything special about it?
I don't actually know. And he's going to keep flipping through that encyclopedia looking for answers on things. He's like, I'm really sorry. This is kind of my first day here. It's my dad's shop. He's forcing me to work here on weekends.
Well, that's okay. We'll figure it out. How much the tarp?
I think. Oh, here it is. And he's going to flip through the book and he's going to say, oh, it's supposed to be like a camping tarp, but it's 10 gold pieces.
Okay, and so with Hardy credits, that makes it 7 gold pieces?
Give me a deceive
Isn't that
check.
the exchange?
Because give me a deceive check because both of you are now talking about Hardy credits.
I think that's absolutely the exchange rate. That sounds just right.
8.
Alora, also give me a deceive check because both of you are now pitching Hardy credits and he's concerned.
10.
Is Hardy credits like actually a really big deal?
They're
Oh,
huge.
yeah.
They're everywhere.
Oh,
Yes, we're supposed to go mining for some, aren't we?
you're mining.
yeah.
You can mine for Hardy credits.
Oh, yes. We've
Absolutely.
been asked to go mine for them, yes.
If somebody puts out an NFT for Hardy credit, this is to the audience here. If somebody does this, I'm going to be very upset. All right. I'm going to send Rob after you because he's very vocal about this kind of stuff.
But we are literally going mining for hardy credits.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's not lying. He's not lying. That's totally a thing.
Yeah, I mean, think of how upset your dad's going to be if you had the chance to get your hands on some Hardy credits and you passed it up.
Yeah,
I would be so sad for you.
I
would
would
be
be
the
sad for me
leading
too.
group.
It is true.
You
The
would be the
exchange
leading
rate
group
does
for it.
get a little bit less intense if there's more to go around. So while they are still new, it would be better to collect some, would it not?
Yeah, he rolled a 5 on his discipline check. He's going to very much fall for that. And so whatever the exchange rate is that you guys are pitching, he will fall for.
Rock on.
If you
Nice.
say that I should be collecting hardy crests, I guess like it would be the right thing to do because I'd be looking out for my family, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. It would be a great business
Mhm.
decision.
You guys are
Mhm.
chaotic evil.
I was just saying, I thought we were going mining for them. I don't know.
Hey, he was being honest. Zion was being honest. Just not.
Cyan, you were trying to do something with the thing hanging on the roof. Are you going to continue doing that?
Let's see. So that
Once the discussion is done, I would probably ask one of my taller companions about potentially reaching it to inspect it further.
I'm going to keep the kid behind the counter entertained and keep him kind of not watching what they're doing. So Ray can go check the safe.
Eve, you want to come help me?
Yeah,
Sure,
at
am I
this
there
point,
yet? I
at
don't know
this
if I'm
point,
there yet.
Eve would arrive because her interaction would have been much shorter than this. So yeah, at this point, you're all in the same location.
Yeah, then I'll go with Ray and check that out.
So
I'm
gonna
very,
check.
very interested in this object hanging here. It seems to be some kind of container, and I'd like to know what kind of locking mechanism it uses.
How high is it in comparison to us? Because
It is the equivalent
Elf.
of 3 squares high, so like 15-ish feet from where you are. So you would need kind of a ladder to get up there. And looking around, both Ray and Cyan would have seen that there is like a step ladder to get you tall enough to reach it up and pull it down.
Cool. Ray will get the ladder and attempt to safely get up there to try to pull it down.
Okay. As you open up the step ladder, you climb on top of it. It is a little rickety, but it is able to hold you with no problem. And as you reach up, you realize that this thing has kind of got some weight to it. I need you to give me a brawn check.
Brawn check.
So brawn is just basically brute strength.
19.
All right, yeah. Ray, you reach up and just say nothing and pull it down, no problem. And what you guys all see is that it is this kind of metal box, this silvery metal box that has this kind of a lock on it. What do you do with that? It's a small little thing, but it's definitely shiny.
Zion's definitely going to start staring at it, trying to figure out how it works.
Ray loves shiny things.
Is there any magic on it? Anything? What's
So
going on?
is the kid still distracted?
Oh, absolutely, because
Absolutely.
Alora's pitching him. Alora's selling him hardy credits right now.
Does Ray have a bag?
Oh yeah. Everybody would have a regular backpack traveling gear.
Okay, and so this should fit in it, yes?
Yep. So before you do that, Cyan, you were trying to see if there's magic on it.
Yeah,
Give
if
me
I
a-
can tell what's going on with the lock, because he's really interested.
Give me a mysticism check.
Mysticism. 11.
On an 11, you as soon as you it kind of gets close to you, you just immediately feel, oh, there's some magic in there. There's some type of magical item in there. You don't know what it is. You just feel
Okay.
this arcane energy kind of peeling off of this thing.
When he feels it in there, not on the box.
Correct. Yeah, you could tell whatever it's emanating inside the box.
Would Ray be able to tell?
Give me a mysticism check.
That is a dirty 20.
You also know that there's some kind of magic inside the box.
Very happy. Definitely sticking it in the box.
Oh, yes. That way we can study it further later.
Okay.
Absolutely.
At which point, Alora, you would have convinced the guy. How much money do you think would balance this out for all of the items that you're purchasing today?
I think with the exchange rate for the mining tools and the adventuring kits, that would be
And the tarp.
and the tarp 25 hard credits.
And how much is that in gold?
That's like 75 gold. I'm giving you a good deal, man.
Oh, cool. That's really cool. So how do I collect the Hardy credits?
I've got them right here. I have them right here in my pocket.
Oh, great.
That's awesome. So you're gonna give him 25 Hardy credits,
Mm-hmm.
Do the coins look like this?
which is which is just it's just pictures of Hardy, but it's pictures of Hardy, but it's just stock black cat images. He's gonna take them and be like, thank you so much for I'm happy to do business with you guys. This has been really great.
It was so good to
it
meet
was
you,
our
but we've got to be
pleasure.
on our way, guys.
Yeah, it's time's ticking, man.
I guess make sure you hold on to those in case they increase in value. Then, when you sell them off, you can get way more for them.
Oh god, creating cryptocurrency.
Stop
All right, so this is our first Hardy's travel agency and also our last. Let's. I love it. All right, so you guys will have collected all of these items. You've got that box that you don't know what is inside of it, but could be valuable at some point. Who knows? And at this point, the sun has moved a little bit, and you guys gotta get moving in your direction. In what way are you gonna get there? Are you gonna go on foot? Are you gonna go get those horses?
I want to go get the horses, or at least look at them.
Okay. Is that what all of you do together?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cat man did say that we could get the horses.
Mm-hmm.
Surely he wouldn't lie to us.
Surely.
The credits are so
Absolutely
much,
not.
then surely his favor is too.
Ray's just gonna kind of look down like, okay.
You gonna tell him? You want me to tell him?
No, I couldn't do it. It'll break his heart.
Yeah.
You guys move off to the place that Hardy marked on your map, and eventually you guys will get there. It's not too far away from town here, but there are much less people moving around. And as you approach, you'll see that there is this really nice looking barn here, and you could tell that these are horse stables. So, and there are a number of horses that you can certainly hear. And there is one person walking around, a larger man, just kind of walking around doing his daily jobs. And so I pose to you guys is, what do? You have not been seen. You have access to the barn, which is kind of right in front of you that you could walk inside of. What do you do?
Could we walk in without him seeing us, or is he in the barn?
He is not in the barn. He has just walked around and walking past the barn on the other side.
Okay, so if I can get in the barn without him seeing me, I'll try to do that.
Same
Okay.
here.
Or any horse manure lying around.
Plenty of it. It's definitely not been fully cleaned up yet for the day.
Because our little mage guy is going to want to go over and start inspecting it to check out the quality and make sure the horses are healthy.
Oh my gosh. You know, there's Craigslist hiring, and then there's Facebook groups hiring, and that's what we got today.
Yeah, all right. So, Cyan, are you actually going and inspecting that?
Yes.
All right. Give me a nature check.
And he will not do so trying to hide away from this guy walking around.
Oh, wait. You said you are hiding or
No,
without
he's not.
hiding?
He's
Okay.
not hiding. What is that? 19.
Oh, 19. Before we get to that, because something's going to happen there. Ray and... Ray and Eve, you said you're going to the door, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Alora, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go with them because I feel like we've got a good distraction with the poop checker.
Yes, that is exactly it. As you guys open the door, you'll see that there are 4 beautiful horses, well taken care of, just kind of standing there, kind of at the ready. All of them kind of get your attention, or are all looking at you, interested to see what you guys are doing. They look friendly.
Ray's gonna walk up. She loves horses. And start petting like the nose.
Okay. Yeah. You got an immediate response of the horse responds positively.
You're gorgeous, aren't you? What about your friends? Y'all want to go for a ride?
Give me an animal handling check. Animal communication.
15.
Oh, yeah. All the horses respond positively to that. They're all ready to go.
Are they saddled up or are they bareback?
They are not saddled up yet, but there are saddles hanging there.
Okay, so Eve, how comfortable are you not wearing a saddle? Not wearing a saddle.
I normally don't wear one, but
how comfortable are you riding?
I think I'd be fine either way.
With or without?
Yeah.
Laura?
Same. I'm good. Let's go. Let's get out of here before we get caught.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, let's just go.
Are you gonna get the 4th horse ready to come along with you?
Yes.
Okay, so
if they're all like, they understand the word ride.
Oh yeah, they're all ready to go. They're all very excited.
Yeah, we'll get that for him while he's distracted.
Cyan, as you lean down and start inspecting the manure, you're gonna hear a very loud voice come from a couple of paces away. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing on my property?
For an answer, I need to know what I see in this poop.
Oh, it is very healthy.
Oh, sir, I'm very pleased to announce that it seems your horses are very healthy, according to this manure left here. I was concerned for a moment, but this one seems very nice. The other stables I've been to, they were not doing so well, but yours, very magnificent.
You know, you can only prepare for certain things. Like, there's things you can never fully prepare for. This is one of them. So he's just gonna kind of, you came on my property to look at all the horse crap?
I was just passing by and, well, it was there, so how could I not?
Get out of here, okay? You need to get out of here now, or I'm gonna have a real problem.
Oh, no, you don't have a problem. Your horses look great.
I'm gonna have a problem with you, sonny boy. We gotta have a serious problem. And at this point, he's like pulling his sleeves up, getting ready for fisticuffs.
Uh-oh.
My goodness.
We gotta get him his horse quick.
It seems that you already have a problem with me. I'm not sure what's coming.
Do we hear any of this?
No, you guys are still, at this point, you guys are getting all the horses out. So there's this, you're not really hearing all of this.
Okay, and the way we're getting the horses out, are they on the side where he's...
Yes, you're going to be coming out the same side through the front doors.
There's no back doors.
There's no back doors.
Okay. Yeah.
So where is this horse matter in relation to where they are?
You are about, from the doors, you're about 20 square, 4 squares away. So you're not too far off, but just far enough for them to be able to come out with ease, no problem.
And the fellow is currently looking away, right?
Yeah, he's looking at you, not at the doors. So he has no idea what's going on. So he's going to yell out again. He said, I'm giving you one chance to get out of here, or I'm going to have to kick your ass.
I see. Well, would you be kind enough to show me what the property line is so that I can be sure not to transgress again?
Give me a persuade check, please.
Let's see, where is that? There it is. All right, 15.
15, he's going to say,
You know what? You make a very valid point. Yeah, I should actually place a fence out here finally to mark off what my property line looks like. So you make a very good point. You're still
yes.
standing on. I'm going to need you to take a couple paces backwards.
Well, can you at least show me where?
Yeah, he's going to start walking across, but that's going to cross the front doors of the barn, but he's not looking there. He's walking towards basically back to the main path that you guys came in on.
So I'm shocked that you don't have a fence already. All these animals, they can just walk right out.
You make very valid points. Okay, well, no, the animals are safe. All right, we keep them in the barn. They're fine.
Oh, you forget to close the door one time, and there they all go.
Are you?
You should go straight to a fence maker.
Are you insinuating I'm not good at my job?
Oh no, your horses look great according to the manure. Of course not.
This is really weird, pal. You're really weird.
I'm just concerned that if for some reason the barn is not closed one day, the animals might leave.
At which point he has made it. You guys have both made it back to the main path, and he is now going to turn around to look at his barn. At which case, the three of you have now exited with all of his horses. He's going to yell, "What the heck is going on here? My horses!"
Case in point.
I need to know what the three horse thieves are doing first.
Ray's gonna
horse procurers.
Oh, well, Ray wants to get up and go, but we still have our little halfling that we need to.
Yeah, we need to swing by and give him his horse.
How are you going to do that?
Well, okay, so Ray's got the confidence of at least the horse she's been petting the nose of. So, can Ray get on the back of the horse and run it out and just try to grab that girl? She's running out.
So, because you've already succeeded on the animal communication, you could definitely jump on top of the horse. That's fine. What I need you to do now is give me a brawn check to pick up Cyan, and I need to know if Cyan is going to cooperate with this, because that'll change the outcome. So Cyan, you see your party has exited the barn. They have all of the horses. Ray jumps on top of the horse and starts coming in your direction. What do you do?
Well, what's the fella doing right now?
Freaking out.
Freaking out.
He's also running in that general direction.
Okay. Well, if he has exited his vicinity and the horse is thus coming to him, then he would not oppose being picked up.
Okay. Ray, what is your brawn roll?
It was a 6.
On a 6, you're able to get your hand on him, but you haven't pulled him fully up yet. I need to know what the other two horse riders are doing.
I want to also get on my horse if I can. And
Okay.
go to where they are. And then can I pull his horse that we took for him as well?
Yeah, you have all 4 horses. Which one of you had the 4th horse?
If nobody had it, I'll take it.
Okay, so Eve, you have 2 horses.
Okay, so I'll get on one and try to lead the other one
Okay.
to where they are. I also have elven nimbleness. I don't know if that helps me at all.
So to be clear, the guy is now charging, like running. Give me my horses back, running at you guys, and you are going to use your ability, Elven Nimbleness, which allows you to pass through your enemies. So you just run right past him. And he kind of spins around like a Muppet before regaining balance. What is Alora doing?
I am on the horse and I am like halfway down the road looking back to make sure they don't need any help. But I'm getting the heck away from there because that dude is pissed.
Yeah,
leave us behind. Sure.
Eve, Alora's going to take off and makes it now to the front of the road where it would be kind of ahead of all of you. As you almost knock him over, you get past with the other 2 horses, and you're able to get the 4th horse up next to Cyan and Ray. At which point, Ray and Cyan, what do you guys do? Do you throw Cyan?
Ray tries to get him up on. It's like, okay, Cyan, your own.
Cyan, give me a athletics check.
Rolling all the things I have high scores in. I believe I got a 1 on that one.
So, Ray, as you go to like pass him off to the other horse, he's not going to be able to grab on, but you're still holding him. At which point, all three of you are going to, or all four of you rather, are going to hear as the guy's now running in your direction. Give me my horses back!
Eve, grab the other side.
I'm trying
We'll
to
drag him
I'm
if
trying
we
to get
have
onto
to.
him too, so we can just scare him.
Wait,
Like a muffin.
to be clear, are you guys each holding like a hand of his
Yeah.
and running away with it?
Like a marionette. That's what we're.
Yeah, she's got a horse on one side. We've got Cyan in between of us.
But you're still taking the fourth horse.
I'm still holding on to one horse and his arm. Just.
Give me my horses back!
I guess at this point, Zion will turn around and be like, "Oh yes, the talking catman says hello."
What? As you guys run off into the distance, it just lets out some kind of a screech. And as you look back, he just kind of falls to his knees, yelling at the sky.
That was a great time to remind him while he was just hanging there.
What are you talking about? I'm doing a quick test on aerodynamics right now.
Good job. You guys have succeeded in getting the horses. And so you guys take off to the volcanoes? Yes?
Try to
Yep.
get as far as we can before nightfall.
Right. Do you guys take off? You lead your horses down, and as you cross over from the Topaz Bay and cross over into the lands of Mordford, it becomes very dark. The sun disappears from the sky. The sky itself just becomes black and cloudy and just thick with soot up in the sky. It starts to become a little bit harder to breathe. There's a heaviness on the air. And you guys will lead down until eventually you're just kind of covered in this darkness, and there's only the real light comes from behind you. And at this point, it's just light off in the distance, really far away. So you've entered into a dangerous territory. And as you look around, the problem that lies before you is there's more than one volcano. There's a
And
number of volcanoes with no identifiers of any that would make a difference to you.
Thing burning.
Burning, not burning.
There is
Since it
smoke
seems
rising
like-
from them, so it looks like they're active.
And there's not one that's like significantly bigger than the other ones or anything.
There might be one significantly bigger off in the distance, but it doesn't. They all just look identical.
Oh, well, crap.
At least
Do we have any way to tell which one actually has the special coal that we're looking for?
Would it be like a mysticism?
Other
test or
than reaching
something?
out and touching it, because that's a bad idea.
you guys could give me a mysticism check or a history check to see if you know the difference. You guys choose and then tell me which one it is.
Are we all rolling or just
Anybody who's trying to see the difference.
All right, I'm going to do a mysticism check.
Okay.
It's a
I'm going
10.
to do a history check.
Okay. 10 on Alora for mysticism. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll do a history. No, mysticism. Sorry.
9 on history.
Okay.
18.
8, and that was a mysticism? Eve?
Yes.
Okay. Cyan, did you roll?
I think Zion's still excited from his little horsecapades. He only did a 5 on history.
Okay. And Ray, you rolled mysticism, right?
I wrote history.
Okay. So those of you that rolled history don't really know any difference about this area. You've really probably never been here before, and if you had, it would have just been passing through. So you don't really know any difference there. Alora, on a mysticism check, you know that some of these volcanoes possibly it might be all of them or some of them at least, where it's said that there is some kind of magical presence inside. That's as far as you know with that roll. Eve, on an 18, you'll kind of remember that there is some kind of a creature inside the volcanoes. There's multiples of this creature, but you know that you remember that there's some kind of magical creature inside these volcanoes.
Is it like a malicious creature, I'm guessing?
It's definitely not friendly.
Okay. I'll communicate that to everybody else then.
So now you would all know that inside these volcanoes, there's something unpleasant. And Alora, you would put 2 and 2 together that it's probably the same magical creature you've heard of. So that leads to you guys now of what do you do?
You said coming in here because it's kind of like an ashy type environment. You said it was kind of rough to breathe.
It's not hindering you at this point, but it's just noticeably different as far as flavor of the world.
Duck.
Do we have any kind of torch or anything? I don't know if we should use it because that would make us more visible, but do we have any like light source with us, any of us?
You would have torches and stuff. You would have basic level adventuring gear.
Okay. Do you think we should use that, or is that a bad idea?
I don't think the air is going to ignite. It's all burnt off already, so I want to see why not.
Okay, so do I have my hands free now? Is he on his horse yet, or am I still holding him?
I'm assuming through your travels,
It was a long road.
unless Cyan wanted to be carried the entire time by his hands.
I would have been like a nope.
Cyan was T-posing the entire way here.
I have my hand free. I will light a torch and see if I can see anything better. And then
Okay.
I guess we don't really have a choice. We just have to pick a volcano, I guess, and try.
I think Cyan will make a little ice shard in his hand to keep cool.
Yeah, you form an ice shard and definitely takes the edge off all the heat.
All right, well, I'm going to get out the
Anyone else need
pickaxe.
one?
Alora's got the pickaxe.
Yeah, I'm going to get out the pickaxe and just start trying to get something up just to see if it, burns when you touch it.
Right. Okay, so there is a volcano that is closer. There is one further away, one to the left, one to the right. Which one would you aim for?
I'm going to go for the closest one first.
And I'll try to shine
Okay.
my light to help her see what she's doing.
Okay.
And Ray's just going to keep an eye out to see if something's going on around us.
Scion, is there any information you can glean from just looking at all of this stuff as we're kind of chipping away at it? Does that help you pick up anything from it?
I can certainly try.
Give me a nature check. Please describe for me what exactly are you looking for?
I'll be looking for anything that's smaller.
Okay, so as you guys are approaching this volcano, you're kind of just on the edges of it now. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
It's an 11.
On an 11, you're going to notice that it seems like there is very interesting smoke coming out of different places all up the side of this volcano. Like a little patch of smoke rising here, a little patch of smoke rising there, and it doesn't make any sense to you why it would be doing that. Like, there's very clearly smoke coming from the top, but if smoke was coming out from the bottom here, but there's no lava in sight.
I think perhaps we should check over there. Some kind of smoke wisps that shouldn't be there.
Okay, I'll shine my light over there.
You shine your light over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you get closer to it?
A little bit.
As you get closer to it and you kind of like hover your torch down, you just very, very quickly see as two little eyes pop up out of the dirt, out of the ground, and out of the smoke, and then followed by those two little yellow eyes is a little mouth that pops out of the volcano as well, followed by the entire little body of this little creature that pops out, and a whole bunch of them begin to appear and then start screeching. And they
I'm
start
gonna tell
screeching
everybody,
at
like,
you.
that these little creatures are coming out screeching at me. What's happening? Are they trying to hurt me or anything? Or they
Oh, they are all going to attack you. So we are now we are all starting an attack phase. There is 4 of them, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. I'm going to pass it to you guys now, and this is how combat is going to work. So actually, let's just walk through this together. So each of you has right now, you have 4 action slots. You have 4 actions for you to take. You can use one of them on your turn. That's the point. That's the intention. So things like elvish nimbleness just gives you you've already have it built in where you've got your +1 square. So that's already built in. Pass through is the ability. So you'd say, all right, I use my movement, then pass through to get to the other side, and they can't do anything to hit you. HP, we've already talked about. You have your HP points, so they'll be attacking to try and take you down to 0. Movement is the amount of movement you can use. At this point, we're going to say Eve is within within 2 squares of them.
Okay.
The rest of you are kind of towards the back, so you are all within 5. So, but Eve is 2 away.
Okay.
And so I will turn it over to you guys, and you guys will choose one of you, because you guys can talk amongst yourselves and decide what you want to do and kind of strategize. And then we'll take it from there. One of you will go, then one of my guys will go, then the next one of you will go, and so on.
How big are these things?
Yay big. They're like maybe a foot tall tops.
I have
No.
a light blast shards, which blinds your enemies with light in a range of 3 squares. So if they're 2 squares away from me, I could use that.
Right. Yeah, you could use that. You could hit those are all hits one opponent.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to do first?
No, that actually sounds like a good idea if we can somehow blind them so they don't go after us.
Okay, so I'll blind the one closest to me. I'll try to do that. The light blast shards.
Okay. Is there a damage on that?
So it's 1d4. So I roll 1 4-sided dice. Is that what that means?
That's right.
Okay. I got a 2.
Okay, so that's 2 damage, and you blinded them, so they are now. You'll now see that this little creature, and just to fully describe them, they look like, as they popped out, it's mostly just face with like tiny little hands attached and tiny little feet, but it's mostly just a little rock that's on fire. You hit it with 2 damage, and the creature is immediately blinded. Okay, that is your turn. The next one of mine will now go. The one that is next to the one that's next to the one that you attacked is going to run up on you and try to kind of bite at you.
Ankle biter.
He's definitely ankle biting. And you are going to take 1 damage, Eve, as it's going to just bite onto your ankle, and it stings a little bit, but mostly it burns.
Oh, I have ointment for that.
You what?
I said I have an ointment for that.
You might need it. There's this little burn bite mark on your ankle now.
Okay.
And now it's your turn. The team's turn.
Oh, Eve, is it burning?
It burns.
Oh, I guess that means that they're not what we're looking for then.
Is it still attached to her leg?
Yeah.
Kind of kicked off.
Can I move closer and like hit it with ice shards? The creature, not her
You
leg.
Definitely can.
Okay, and that is 2d4. So the first one was a 3, and the second one was a 2.
So 5.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Laura.
You
Boom,
betcha.
boom. As 2 ice shards fly from your hands and impact the creature, it lets go. It goes, ah! Like kind of throwing a temper tantrum just in the general direction. And you've hit it with frost ability. So that is pretty interesting. Let's see how that progresses. That was 4. On the other side, from the left, Ray, you're going to see one of those creatures is going to go "Ah," and fire a little rock of fire at you.
Ah.
It's Spitfire. It is going to hit you and just kind of pop on top of you for 2 damage and begin to like start burning your clothing, but you'll be able to put that out.
All right, you little. Hmm.
Can I use a healing light on her 4 squares away?
Well,
Yes, but you've already gone this rotation. So next
okay.
you're
Okay,
at the
got
top
it.
of the next rotation.
Okay.
So the way that it
So-
works is you call out when you go, and then boom, now you're the
That's-
first to go. So you've
Okay.
gone, right?
Got it.
And it's until we go all the way around.
Okay.
Also,
Okay,
is
so-
her 2 damage before or after the AR is reduced?
It's you get hit for 2 and then minus your AR. So if that's 1, so 2 minus 1, you take 1 damage.
okay. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Yes, don't forget the ARs.
Okay.
They're not
So-
much, but it matters when we're dealing with small numbers.
All right. So then Ray's going to take her dagger, then go for the little Spitfire.
Okay.
Which one do it is a by 6. Where is that? Oh, there it is. And we don't add anything to it. It's just that. It says a 4.
Okay,
die
you
6.
you run up and slash it with your dagger, dealing 4 damage. It goes and like kind of staggers back a little bit, holding its hands up, but not surrendering, just in pain. Okay, and with that, the next one is going to go. The one that is standing next to it is going to attempt to also spit a fireball at you. Except this one's only going to roll a 1. So it spits this fireball at you. It just kind of poofs in the air before just dissipating. So it doesn't really do that much.
Oh, it's a baby Spitfire.
Cyan, it's your turn.
So are all 4 of them in the same area, or is one somewhere else?
So there's 2 on the left and 2 on the right. So and there's about a 3 square difference between them. This is why visuals are going to be a lot of fun moving forward. So
Okay.
2 over here, 2 over there. One of them over here is blinded. Here, let me just paint the picture. One on the right is blinded. One on the left has taken frost damage. What do you do?
And what about the one stabbed?
It's been stabbed.
Yeah, but which one is it, on the right or?
Oh, it's on the left with you. The one
Okay,
you're on the left.
So both lefts are damaged.
Correct. Yes.
So then what will happen is we'll move into the effective range to then fire our shards at both of them.
Okay. As you do that, I'll roll for damage.
So you got a left and a right one. So this will be the first one, and this will be the stab one. So frost one is 1,
Okay.
and stab one is 4.
Okay, so here's what happens because you just shot one of the ones that was already frosted. And I specifically said that. On your spell, you'll notice where it says effect and it says frost 2. That means if it gets hit with frost abilities twice within one rotation, it becomes frozen. So as you both hit it with frost damage, it's frozen solid.
It's
The
less
ice-
sad that it was a 1 now.
And what was the damage you got on the other one?
The other one was a 4. So that's 8 between me and Ray.
Okay. The other one is just because as you strike with the other one, it's just gonna go and just kind of pop in place. And as it lays there, it just kind of collapses. You'll notice that it's still on fire. With
The
that,
creature popped.
yeah, when it dies, it just kind of explodes.
It blooms.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little rock that's on fire. We are at the top of rotation 2. Eve, it is your turn.
So the one that is near me that I blinded, the first one, is that still close to me?
The blinded one is still active, yes.
Okay.
Quick question. Not that I want to change it, but is after the first rotation the order set, or can that change each time?
The rotation would be set.
Okay.
For this game, we're just going to keep it set because it's going to be faster. We're still working on that and like play testing to see what's the best way we can move combat faster. So I'm just curious to see how we do that.
Not trying to change it. Just asking.
No,
for
it's a good question.
Clarification.
Totally. I wrote down where everybody goes. Eve.
I'm gonna try to staff strike that one.
Okay.
And so that says 1d4, so that's 1 4-sided again, right?
Right.
Three.
All right. So this is the one that's blinded. So the one that is blinded is finally just like opens its eyes again. And as it opens its eyes, you whack it with a stick. At which point it just goes, it spins around and like lands on its back before popping.
Yay!
It pops like popcorn. Laura, it's your turn.
Okay.
That monster
I
doesn't
think-
go?
No, because you killed it.
Okay.
So once it's out,
Um,
the slot's out.
I think I'm going to try arcane projectile at the one that was right next to the blinded one.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. It takes 2 damage. And now the next creature goes. Ray, they're taking it personally that you came over and slashed him with a dagger. He's going to try to bite you. He's going to roll a 3 to bite you. So that's 3 damage minus, I think, 1. Is that what? Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
you take 2 damage as, and he just bites onto your ankle and clings on there, biting you, and it burns pretty bad. It does not feel good. But it is your turn.
Well, I'm gonna be slashing at it again. So 5.
Okay. As you reach
Like,
down
"Get
and
off you!"
slash at it, it just lets go of your leg and rolls over and then pops from taking damage. So that leaves only 1 left. And it is going to try and shoot a fireball at you. Or a little spitfire. But it only spitfires with a 2, so you only take 1 damage.
It's the baby stepfire.
Cyan, there's only 1 more enemy left. What do you do?
Was that 1 damage that he was given, but then minus?
No, it's 2 minus 1, so 1.
2 minus 1. Okay.
Seeing the victory is near, we're going to give him an arcane projectile.
Okay.
And before I do that, just one more clarification for future reference. When the range says, say, for instance, 3 squares, does that mean you have to be 3 squares away?
Oh, that's a great question. Notice, arcane projectile is 1 to 3, so you could be
That,
within
that
one.
one, that one.
Right.
It's,
So if it's 3, you're supposed to be within three squares of it. So you can't get that distance on it. That is something we will work on.
All right,
That's
well,
a
anyway,
good question.
I have a very powerful 2.
You hit him with a 2. A little arcane projectile shoots out and just pops on him, and he just stumbles back a second, little like with his eyes closed. Ah! Ah!
Yeah, this always happens when I change elements on the fly.
It looks angry. But Eve, it's your turn. We are at the top of rotation 3.
Can I try to use my healing light on Ray?
You
Now?
definitely can.
Okay, that's what I'll do. So let's hit 1d6.
So roll 1d6.
2.
Ray, you get 2 hit points back.
All right. I'll take it.
And Alora, it's your turn.
All right. And can I use things in the action slots like twice? So like
Absolutely.
if I wanted to use ice shards on him again, because we just
Totally.
have the one guy left, right?
That's right.
All right. So I am going to shoot him with the ice shards. And the first one's a 1. And the second one's a 2. So 3 damage.
And as you hit him with those projectiles, boom, boom, it's going to look at you and start screeching and then start looking down at itself as its fire starts to dissipate and then looks back up and just pops. Combat has effectively ended. And surrounding you now, as combat ends, are these 4 little burning bodies that are still burning.
Ray's
What
gonna
do you
look at
do?
the one closest to her because
Okay.
if they're still burning, but they're like little rock creatures, her curiosity is like, is there something? No, there should be something that Hardy did not tell us. So she wants to go and look at the little creature.
How describe? Are you just looking at it, or are you going to mess with it a
Well,
little bit?
I'm gonna try to touch it, see if like touching it burns, and if it doesn't, try to pick it up.
Yeah, as you go over and touch it, it doesn't burn your hands.
Yay.
Are these the
We
stones?
didn't
that
even
had to
need the
kill
mining
creatures?
supplies.
Oh, I'm gonna hurt the little turd when we get them.
You know, science.
That's okay because we paid for that stuff with money that's worth nothing.
You know,
So I'm not feeling super bad about it. I mean,
it was a good investment. Yeah, Hardy's gonna get an
science.
earful, but you know,
Absolutely going to go look and see what's going on with this. Can he put out the fire? What is this?
Do you start trying to put out the fire?
Not like really hard, but just to see.
Yeah. As you start messing with it, you will see that one of them will eventually extinguish. And then, but there's like still cinders there. And then if you wait long enough, it'll just start to come back.
Fascinating. I'd be very interested to add this to my catalog. You know, one day I think the world will benefit from what I record here. Although it would be nice if a couple of people would be willing to join me in my endeavors. I suppose we could get a nice name for a little group. Since they'd be following me, maybe we could name them something like scientists.
ah,
So, anyway, how many did he say he wanted?
I don't know if he said.
I don't think he
He
ever
just said
specified.
just bring some coal.
We've got it.
back.
I feel like we should get on the horses and get out of here before more of those things show up.
Yeah, we have 4. There's 4. Well, 3 if Cyan wants to keep one. I have no problem with that.
Rather peculiar that he thinks these are going to heat anything. They don't burn at all. Well, I suppose.
How do you pick them up and take them away?
Well, Ray's still holding the one in her hand, looking at it and kind of wondering, it's like, where do we put these? Because there is a fear if this is supposed to heat or light up stuff, it's like, I don't want it in my bag. It's not burning my hand,
And
but I don't want this in my bag.
And as you guys start looking around and looking at these creatures, you start to hear as the wind begins to pick up in the sky above you. And it looks like ashes and fire is being pulled out of the volcano you're standing next to and pulled into the sky. What
Can we
do
all
you
just
do?
carry one of the little rock guys? We'll just carry him in our hands.
Yeah,
Each
let's
one
get
of us,
going.
right? Because there's 4. We'll just
Like-
carry him.
Yeah, they
That's
like
not
are they
normal. Can we-
big?
can we go?
No, you can hold them in like one hand.
Feel like this might be the portal to eternity that Hardy was telling us about, so we might want to buckle up.
Oh, roll a nature check then.
Well, on that statement, I do
It
want
might
to-
send you to eternity, but it might not be the same one.
Well, hearing her say that, Cyan also wants to check. And with a nat 20 with the 23 total.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah, I've got an
Cyan-
18 total.
Oh, then both of you will see, but Cyan most definitely. If she says that out loud, you're gonna be like, no, that's an ash storm coming. It's
Well,
about to start raining ashes.
All right, so in
Why
this
not,
case,
Why not put me up on a horse and I'll hold all of these things while I try and figure out what they do, and we can get out of here.
Cyan, we need you to stay on the horse. So you might. We'll each hold one, so we can hold on to the horses since we have no saddles, and so you don't fall off, and we don't have to try to carry you again.
Oh, yes, I suppose that makes sense.
And let's get going. And we have to. I guess we could attempt the tarp if it gets bad enough. And
I was
then
about to
just-
say, does it look like something we're going to be able to outrun? Because if not, it might be smarter to just kind of hunker down
Tarp
under
it.
the tarp.
It looks like it's still being pulled into the sky. You guys have a couple of moments to plan and get out of here.
Let's try to get as far as we can before we have to just rein it
Yeah.
up and go.
Eve, are you jumping on the horse?
Yep, I got my little rock guy, and I'll go on the horse.
Okay, yeah, you guys all get on your horses, and
Probably being lifted on the horse.
Cyan, I'm assuming, is lifted and placed on the horse, so you're good. And you guys take
In
off
a
running
form.
back to town, racing away. And as you guys just basically are just about to get to the path out of here, you'll start to see behind you as their balls of fire begin descending from the sky. And it would be very, very dangerous to be inside of that. And you immediately would have the idea of that has nothing to do with exfoliating of the skin. That would incinerate you.
It's like there's going to be a dead kitty when we get back.
You guys will take yourselves back to town, passing by the stable where there is no horses, and Agaron is not outside, so you're able to just kind of go right past him. And you guys go back to the Light Heart Tavern, and there is a cat sitting right there on top of the bar waiting for you guys. You go inside. You can see this all through a window.
Yeah, I'll get off the horse and go inside.
Oh, yeah, totally going inside.
It's still empty.
It's still empty. The standing behind the bar is the barkeep who says, "I found the prune juice."
I think we're good now. We're all a bit scared. We got the adrenaline going.
Took me a few hours, but I found it.
Take it. Just take it.
What the heck are you talking about, prune juice? Just the people just want water after they were in by volcano. It's a
Here,
very
kitty.
I don't
Come
like
here.
the face makes me scared. I'm going to take a couple of steps back now. Anyway, okay, you find burning coal, you find the magical coal, right? You do good job.
You mean these things that were alive?
Alive, magical coal, same difference.
Is that the same for little kitty? And she's going to reach out, try to pick him up by the scruff of his neck.
He's not going to like that. You yeah, you pick him up, he's gonna go straight. He's gonna Please put me down. I don't like to be held. I have a thing about being picked up.
Well, might I suggest next time that you provide a little bit more information?
I do best I can with the information I have, okay? It is not my fault they were still alive.
Ray will drop him on the table.
Okay. And he lands on his feet. So I guess you're ready to go to eternity now, right? Yes, we're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we get our payment? Is that
Right, in Hardy credits. Anyway, let's go. And he's going to use. You're going to see that he kind of takes out from nowhere, because he it doesn't make sense. Just kind of appears in his hands as this little amulet, this little golden amulet, and he's going to pat on it twice, and in an instant you just blink and you see yourself standing in a new place that you've never seen before. It is kind of overgrown with trees, but what you're standing in front of is a very empty village that looks very similar to the one you were just in, almost like a copy, but there's no people. Okay, so anyway, you get Hardy credits. You can stay here and get to work. And okay, anyway, there's a lot of things to do around here. All right, I will check in finger guns pretty soon. All right.
Oh, what? Get to work.
And
Wait, what?
He's all.
Get to work.
So you're just gonna leave us here?
No, I
That's
see
what
right
I'm
back. I
getting.
need to go get more people to come and help build the outpost.
Okay, first of all, you need to show us what we do with these things.
Oh, take them to the forge, put them in forge, and then start making, forgey things.
Thanks for the outpost.
You gonna show us? You gonna?
I am cat with paws. Okay, I cannot make forgey things. That is why I
He
bring
doesn't
people
have
like you.
thumbs.
Actually, they
Guys,
do.
I say we stick around here and set up an outpost. Hardy, are we the first people over here that would be setting up an outpost?
At this point, you guys are the first ones to start everything here. Okay, I've been trying to get the other ones to participate, but they are still very, very moody with each other after big things happen. So I don't know. Eventually, they'll come around.
Moody with each other or with you?
Remains to be seen. I don't know. Okay, I think they have big problems. One of them gets moody all the time, like, I want to be friends with you, but then I'm not friends with you. And then the other one is like, stop putting glitter on me, please. And he kind of has an attitude too, but we don't talk about it.
I say we stick around here and get things set up. I mean, there are houses here, but they're empty. Like, we could move into any one of these houses.
I'm sure we have a whole.
Hey, I don't mind laying claim.
That's right. Yes. Okay.
If
But
we're
you,
the first ones here, then that means that we could probably just form ourselves as a member of the council. Be in charge.
Because we're in charge.
Yeah.
you're right. You guys are in charge. Anyway, okay. This is where we're going to end today's adventure. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Hardy's Travel Agency, which might be a little less travel agency, a little more do a job for me, please. Help me build an outpost. And this is going to continue. We have a lot more games lined up, but until then, do you guys have anything else you want to say or talk about before we wrap up? Nothing special?
No.
Did you guys have fun at least?
I had a lot of fun.
Was this
That was
fun?
A lot of fun.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Okay.
I definitely enjoyed being a mindless person doing what he does and inadvertently helping the party.
Dude, inspecting the manure thing
That was
wasn't
perfect.
ready for it. But everybody, thanks so much for watching. We will check in with you next time on Hardy's Travel Agency here on Prototopics.